Hi guys, I've said before, it costs just £44 to legally change your name, and this is certainly something that James Cleverly should consider in the near future. Now, he was on the Sophie Ridge show where he was asked about the former Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi's dodgy tax affairs. Now, according to The Guardian, Mr. Zahawi had to pay back tax he owed with a penalty of 30%, and the total amounts to about £4.8 million. Some of the questions facing the former Chancellor include whether he tried to avoid paying tax altogether by using an offshore company called Balshore Investments to hold shares in YouGov, the polling company he founded in 2000, something that he has always denied. Balshore Investments is registered offshore in Gibraltar. But wait till you hear the defence the current Foreign Secretary gave. Unbelievable.
I don't know any more detail about the timing, about the granularity of this beyond what's in his statement. But the point is,
this is not granularity. This is the question about whether the Chancellor, the man who is literally in charge of tax, was under investigation by HMRC over his taxes. And you don't know if that's true or not. I mean, that you can see how that looks, right?
Well, as I say, the detail I have is the detail that Nadhim has put out in his public statement. And the point I've made is that this tax was due because he was a successful entrepreneur who grew a business from nothing. He came to this country with nothing, as you know, his backstory, escaping violence, persecution and possible death in Iraq, coming to this country with nothing, unable to speak English. And he built a very, very successful company, employing people. And that is why these taxes were due. And ultimately, he, in conversation with HMRC, came to the arrangement whereby those taxes were fully paid.
What? Okay. So is James Cleverly really here suggesting that Nadhim Zahawi should be left alone because he was a successful businessman? Because he was a successful businessman, he shouldn't have had to pay tax. Is that what he's trying to say? Why did he bring up Nadhim Zahawi's backstory? Like, what's that got to do with him not paying tax or having some sort of dodgy tax affairs? What has it got to do with anything? Now, there is a method to this madness. What he's trying to do here is he's trying to say, look, this is a successful businessman, leave him alone. He created jobs. He started this business from nothing. He started out with nothing. And look at what a success he has become. Leave him alone. Look at what he's doing. He's given all this money to the to HMRC. We should be grateful. No, that's not how it works. And trying to use his backstory as some sort of excuse is a pile of crap. Now, actually, if we look at his backstory, Nadhim Zahawi's backstory, it says here, he was born in Baghdad in Iraq, okay, when he was 11 years old during Saddam Hussein's early years in power. He and his family fled to the UK, correct. His father, Hareth, is a businessman and director of Balshore Investments. Remember, Balshore Investments that is registered in Gibraltar, offshore Gibraltar. Doesn't sound like somebody who has come to the UK with nothing. His grandfather, Nadhim Abdel Jahalil al-Zahawi, I'm sorry for mispronouncing the name, was the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq from 1959 to 1960 and Minister for Trade from 1960 to 1963. No, doesn't sound like, a rags to riches story, does it? Like, I don't know the background of these people, but generally, a Minister for Trade, Governor of the Bank of Iraq, having investments in a company that is offshore doesn't exactly sound to me as somebody who's, coming to the country with nothing. And then he was educated at Holland Park School, and then went on to university, private university. So, doesn't exactly sound like somebody who started out with nothing. But remember, that's not the story that you want to focus on. You want to focus on the fact that he started a business, he employed people, he paid his taxes a little bit late. Nothing to see here. Absolutely pathetic. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.